Hi, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your hostess, Paulette Henson. I'm happy to be here today. It's been a long week, and I'm excited about today's show. Before we get started, I want to make a mention to everybody having a birthday. My cousin Charles, happy birthday. Any other birthdays that I've missed, I hope you guys are celebrating and enjoying your life day. Moving right along, we have a lot of news today. A lot has happened in this past week. Our president has launched a strike on Iran by killing their leading commander. And in retaliation, as we have learned, the Iranian government shot down a commercial aircraft on Monday, I believe it was. And just a horrific event that we witnessed. And at first, the Iranian government denied that they did this on purpose, or they denied all of it. And so only to find out that they did admit that they shot the plane down. So my condolences to the families that were on that aircraft. It's a terrible, terrible scene. The other issue with that was the Iranian government completely cleared away the debris, so I guess to eliminate any type of investigation. So from what I understand today, the Canadian president is online, and he wants accountability, and rightfully so. So we are in some terrible times right now. Our president has yet to address the nation when it comes to making a decision as the one that he's made. There was no camaraderie with Congress to let them know that, this was in his plan to take this commanding leader out of Iran to kill him. And so I want to know, how do you guys feel about that? As an American, I'm nervous about it. I don't want conflict, and I definitely don't want my babies, your babies. I don't want our babies going to fight an unnecessary war that could have been avoided. And so I don't like how the president acted in this way. I feel like we're all just put out there on fighting line right now, and nobody knows what's going to happen. We don't know what they're going to do, and we don't know what's going on with us, what our country's going to do. So I'm very upset about what has happened this week, and I'm really interested in hearing what your thoughts are on how you feel about where we are as a country and the type of decisions that our leader has made. And it all goes back to voting. You have to investigate the people that you're voting for, investigate their background, their mission, what are their ideas? Because once someone gets into power, as we know, this election was not fairly conducted, so we won't even go into that. But just your local politicians, you see these names post around your local cities. You have to find out about these people. Who are they? What do they represent before you vote for them? And what is their agenda? Where are they? What type of improvements are they trying to make to your community? So that's just something I want to touch on really quick. But moving right along, I want to say happy birthday to all of my family members and friends having birthdays. Happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day celebrating you, and enjoy yourself. Also wanted to thank everyone that reached out to me on getting accepted at the University of La Verne. I am very excited. As a single mom, raising my kids, I stopped going to school, and I put all of my focus on going to work and taking care of my kids and running my hair business. And all along, I wanted to get my degree. I knew that I could get it, but it just seemed to be just so much for me to really sit down and concentrate and hone in on getting my studies completed. So now I'm in a position to get that done, and I'm really excited about it, a little nervous about it as well, but I thank you all for your support and your well wishes. Thank you so much for that. So moving right along, let's talk about a little bit of news this week. Harvey Weinstein. Did you see this guy? Now, he is the mogul, entertainment mogul, where a number of ladies have accused him of rape, and he was convicted of rape. And what's just a trip about this guy is that, and I've noticed that when people get into trouble and they have to go to court, all of a sudden they're sickly and they need a walker and all of that. But when they were doing their due, they were, standing up straight and all of that. So anyway, as this guy was being accused and convicted of rape, there were 2 other cases in LA that were reported of rape as well. So another 2 cases have been filed for this man. So I have 2 opinions about this whole thing. One is basically to young women wanting a career or wanting something so bad. You don't allow anyone to take advantage of you just to get this career or to be on television or what have you. And it's unfortunate that these ladies put themselves in a position with someone who, I'm sorry, you know right away if someone is right or wrong, or if they've said something inappropriate. And so it is your duty as a person to excuse yourself from that and to not return back to that person that inappropriately said something to you or did something to you. So that's my message to young girls. You don't have to continue to go back to a predator just in order to get a job or to get a position at a job or any of that. It's wrong, and there are other ways to move up the ladder, or that job is just not for you. And so it's unfortunate that there was nobody around these ladies at the time this guy was doing that, or we don't know if there were, that they could go to and that could support them at that time, that they didn't have to live their life with this in their head. So there's a lot of questions and things that come up when these type of situations come up and people have their opinions and they think, oh, well, they want money or what have you. And that could be true. That could be true. But I just feel that women, especially nowadays, women are more confident in speaking versus maybe 20 years ago, they were more intimidated in speaking out. And I understand that. But I also will say that that doesn't mean that you have to put yourself in harm's way for a job or to be on television. I just don't agree with that. So, young girls coming up, you want to be on television, you want to make a movie or what have you. There is a professional way to do it, and that is the way. If you set your standards, then you should have no problems. And if somebody approaches you inappropriately, and even men, I mean, nowadays men are being in inappropriate situations by women in power. So it goes both ways. That if anybody is disrespecting you, you don't have to deal with that. You can just leave. So, moving right along. Other news, gosh, there's been a lot of news about, men killing their wives, and I'm just like, what is going on? What is going on? I saw a news article about a man accused of killing his wife. This was the wife, the mother that dropped her kids off at school, and she went missing back in May. And so it turns out that it was the husband and I guess his girlfriend. They killed this woman. And so now they're trying to fight. I guess he posted bail. But, they found evidence. They found an axe. And I'm just like, I just don't understand what's going on with people. If you don't like somebody, if you don't want to be with them anymore, or whatever the issue is, there is a different way to handle it. And so now she's gone, he's going to be gone. They have children, I think 5 kids. So now the kids, did anybody think about them? So, it's just very disturbing, very disturbing. Other news, how about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepping down? Wow. And they didn't even tell the Queen. And so she was the last to find out. I guess she found out via social media or people talking within their home, and makes you wonder what's going on over there. I'm sure that these two want to live a life just like any other couple. And being in that type of status and being part of a royal court and a royal family, there's a lot of tradition and probably just things that Meghan probably just said, no, I can't do this, or I don't want to be a part of this, or whatever it was. But obviously, Prince Harry felt the same way, and I commend both of them for standing up and not just kind of being bullied because you're of tradition. This is the way things have always been. But it was a shock to me as well. But hey, I'm happy for them. I wish them very well. And I wish them happiness, and just for standing up to the Queen Mother. Okay, so moving right along, I had mentioned on the last show, did you guys see the movie Active Measures? If you haven't seen it, please, you can find it on Hulu. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix, but you can Google it. It talks about just the entire foundation of Trump and Vladimir Putin. It talks about Paul Manafort. What's the other guy's name? Oh, I can't think of it. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. But at any rate, it talks about all the players and how they are all connected and what this whole thing is about when Trump was elected and how this thing has been orchestrated for some years. It is so deep. I encourage you. If you don't know anything about, the election and what happened and what Hillary was talking about, what everybody was talking about, this puts it all together and it gives you a really good understanding as to what is going on with our government, what Trump's potential agenda is, and it's just phenomenal. So I encourage you to find it, watch it. It's called Active Measures, and let your kids watch it too so that they can understand economics, government. Okay, so moving right along, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is in town. He was in town yesterday looking great. I had posted on my site a special that Joe Biden, he went on live and he explained what was going on with the country and that the president has a right, and we are the people, that the president has a right to inform us as to what's going on with our country. Not tweeting, we need to have an official an official announcement from the president saying what is going on, and we haven't really gotten that yet. So welcome, Joe Biden. We are so happy that you are running for presidency. Thank you for your leadership in the past, being the vice president, and thank you for keeping us informed on what's going on with our country.